Life shouldn't be hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yeah, good morning to you, and welcome to episode 3 of the How to Get Rich podcast series. And this is a series where we're not talking at the beginning about earning more money, and we're certainly not talking about sort of side hustles or big breakthroughs. We're talking about the things that are going on all the time in your life. There's sort of the money control, the hidden leaks that stops you moving forward. And over the last few episodes, we've been asking you to sort of look at your life, and not just your bank balance, but your actual life, and think to yourself, with everything I've got going on, should I be further along in this? I'm working hard, I'm doing my best, I'm certainly not being reckless, but things aren't really going in the way I want. And the easy answer is to think, I need to earn more, I need a better opportunity, I need something bigger to happen. But that's not the case, because what I want to do today, to go slightly more deeply into what we've been talking about, is make you understand that convenience is what costs you the most. Not your rent, not your bills, not even the big purchases that you stress about afterwards and think, oh, I really shouldn't have bought that. It's the easy option. It's the easy option that you take again and again and again. That is where your money's going. You see, there's two types of spending in your life. The first one is survival. We'll say it's survival money. That's your gas, your electricity, your weekly food shop, your housing, your rent. You know, you don't get to avoid these. They're the true sort of cost of being alive, really. And most people think that's what's keeping them stuck. They're looking at their electricity meter every morning and they're going, oh, we can't make coffees anymore. But that's not the problem. The problem is the second type of spending, convenience, because it disguises itself in something that you need. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, we're just going to takeaway tonight. Oh, I've had a long day. Oh, I can't be bothered to cook. I'll just grab something quick. I deserve this. And in the moment, it does. It feels harmless. A coffee here, a takeaway there, sort of quick online purchase. None of it feels big. But that's the problem. Because it's not one decision, nobody really tracks it. But it does have a pattern. And patterns build your life. It's not the big moments, I promise you. It's the small ones that are repeated daily. That's what you got to look at. You got to look at how much you're paying out to keep away from effort. So instead of asking, how do I save more money? I want you to start asking a better question. Where am I paying for ease instead of building control in my life, building my financial runway? Because every time you choose convenience, you're not just spending money, you're avoiding effort. And effort that's where your freedom lives. And I know we all fall into this. I've just had all my cars valeted because I couldn't be bothered. 250 quid out the window. And so we're all prone to this. You look at it and you think, oh, I can't really be bothered. Oh, let's just pay for somebody to do it. But that is where your life freedom is running away with you. Now, got to be clear about something. This isn't about removing all convenience from your life, because that's just miserable. And that won't last either, because, you know, we like convenience, don't we? This is just about being more intentional once again. This is building up on the last 2 episodes. This is taking back control and deciding when convenience actually serves you and when it's quietly draining you. So let's get into how you actually do that in real life, not in theory, in real life. The first thing, You've got to stop making decisions in the moment, because the moment is where convenience wins. You're tired. You're hungry. You can't be bothered. Of course, at those times, you're going to choose easy, because easy is the solution to what you're feeling at that time. So instead, you've got to start creating what I call in my life default decisions. You don't wake up wondering what you'll eat. You already know, because you prepared it the night before. The food's in the house, so just plan the meals. Keep the options simple. Spend a Sunday afternoon preparing all your meals, so most of the hard bits done already for you, and then all you got to do is get it out of the freezer in the morning, and then when you come home in the evening, it's done. We are big advocates on slow cookers, where you've already cooked the meat, you put it on a few hours beforehand, you come back and your dinner's done. Because when the decision is already made, convenience loses its power and your money stops flooding away from you. Now, secondly, you've got to make survival easy and convenience harder. Now, most people do the opposite. They've got nothing in the fridge, so they've got no plan for dinner. And so, of course, they order something because they want to eat. It's not a lack of willpower. It's just a lack of preparation. So flip it. As I was saying, batch cook. Get all your meals in Tupperware things into a freezer, so you just bring them out in the morning, they're defrosted, and then you come home in the evening and just zap them in the microwave or something. Just stock your kitchen with easy stuff. Make the right choices, and make those choices the easy choices, because when something like cooking is simple, takeaways stop calling your name. Okay? So that's the second thing. Make your choices simple. Now, the third thing, add friction to that convenience. Right now, it's too smooth. You just phone up, you tap, you get on an app, boom, one tap, done. So interrupt it. Delete your saved payment details. So you've got to then, instead of doing Deliveroo and Uber and just clicking on it, you've got to actually find your card and know what your 3 digits are and all that kind of stuff. Make it just inconvenient enough that you have to pause. And in that pause, you get your power back. Okay? Fourth, you schedule your treats. This one's massive because random treats become habits, but planned treats, they stay treats. So instead of spending here, there and everywhere, you decide, right, Friday night, that's my time. That's my time to have a little splurge on myself. I've done a hard day's work, a hard week's work, come back, put my feet up, put on Netflix, have a nice takeaway or something like that. Now you're not leaking money. You're choosing how to use it. See how this thinking is different. Most people are not aware. That's why we did episode 1. Having awareness of where your money is going every time you tap, and you throw your card out. And the second episode was actually looking back over it and labeling it so you can see things and go, yeah, I really needed that, or no, that was just me clicking because I was bored, or that was me clicking because I was hungry. Okay? You're choosing how to use your money without even causing too much problem in your life, really. Because every time that you're about to spend on convenience, you should be asking, what am I really paying here? Because that £10, £15, £20, it's not just money, it's £10 less freedom. It's £10 less choice. There's £10 less progress. And when you start seeing that clearly, then your convenience stops feeling cheap. That is how, in a nutshell, I have built the life that I lead now. That's how I can have a holiday every month. That's how I don't have a mortgage. That's how I don't have any debts at all. I just earn money on my money. It's by looking at the small things consistently over a period of time and treating yourself because you deserve it, not just because it's something that you do when you're bored. Looking at that phone call to the local takeaway and say, actually, we've got something in the freezer. We'll get that out and we'll plan for it tonight, instead of coming home and thinking, oh, what we're going to have to eat. The line you've got to really walk away with today, and you need to burn it into your thinking, is make survival automatic and convenience intentional. And that's it. That's the shift. It's not sexy. It really isn't sexy. And making money and getting rich more often than not isn't sexy. And it's more often than not about getting more and more money into your life. It's about controlling and restricting and reducing what you are leaking, first of all. And most people go through life thinking it's expensive to live. But the truth is, it's not survival that's draining them. It's the price they're paying to avoid effort. Just think that. It's the price they're paying to avoid effort. So if you're listening to this right now and you're thinking, yeah, that's me, I never seem to get ahead, don't look at your income first. Don't even look at your big bills. Just look at the effort avoiding habits. Look at where you're choosing easy over effective, and look at the small leaks, because that is where you're being held back in the same place year after year. So your action plan on this episode is just simple, but it's really powerful. Today, I just want you to identify 3 regular convenience expenses in your life. Not your essentials, not your survival, keep the lights on cost, the convenience ones. The going round to the car wash on a Sunday morning and paying them £10 because you can't be bothered to do it. Getting a takeaway on a Wednesday night because you worked hard and you've got nothing planned. Just look at those things. 3 regular convenience expenses that you bring into your life. And once you find them, just make a decision. You're either going to remove them or reduce them starting now, because every pound you stop leaking is a pound you can redirect towards something that actually moves your life forward. Once you've got money, you can make money, and that is how you start to get rich. And more importantly, every time you take control of one of these habits, you're proving to yourself that you're back in charge. Okay? So, first 3 powerful dots towards getting rich. Getting in control of your thinking, being aware of where your money's going, and querying how often you are paying for convenience in your life instead of just putting a little bit of planning and effort into it. Okay, we will be back with another episode of this series, so thank you so much for listening to Join Up Dots. If this episode has made you stop and think, and you now are going to go back and listen to the verse 3 again, whatever, and I know for many of you do that, then share it with someone who needs to hear it too. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review, because your feedback really, really does help us, and it helps us reach more people and continue bringing you valuable content 3 times a week. And as always, I'll be back again with another episode of Join Up Dots, where we join the dots of your life, your business and your future to make things a little bit sexy. So until then, keep moving forward, keep taking control, and keep on being aware of your money. And most importantly, keep joining up those dots. Okay, until next time, we will see you again. Look after yourselves. Cheers. See ya. Bye-bye.
Got a question in your inbox about your business and your bright sparks. Let's join up dots and find the way to make your online dreams come true today. Yeah, let's join up dots and see it through. Your next big breakthrough is waiting for you.